Hi guys, in this tutorial video I'm going to show you how to make the beautiful wind spinner. In this tutorial you're going to learn how to do, in the first one it's your chain and a double crochet. The second round is half trebles, the third round are trebles, and then the final round is the edging is a crab stitch. You'll also do the chain to hang it up, and then at the end you're going to make a tassel for the finish and attaching your beads. So I'm going to go ahead and start this video. You're going to need 4 different color yarns, whichever yarns that you have that complement each other. You will need 3 beads, your darning needle, your crochet hook, scissors, and for the tassels I use my phone case. So I'm going to get started here with this video, and I am going to chain 81. Okay, so I'm going to start off here, and I will, when I get to the very end of my 81, I shall come back to you. I actually decided to do 83 in the end because you're going to miss one on the bottom. The next one, you're going to skip the next one, and you're going to start doing double crochets into, you're going to do a double crochet, 1 double crochet into each chain, whoops, all the way to at the very end. Now, depending on how long you want your wind spinner, you can do as many chain as you like. There's no multiples, so you don't have to worry. So yeah, you just continue on down to the very end and do 1 double crochet, UK terms. If you're in the States, it's called 1 single crochet into each chain all the way back down to the very end. I'll continue on with this and I will see you in a minute. Now, I normally do my 2 chain to finish off. I'm going to get my scissors, leave a little bit of yarn, cut it, pull it through with my hook, and then with my nail get it and pull it tight. That actually stops it from unraveling for you. Now, as you can see, this is the right side. All right, so the next color I'm actually going to use is this color here. So I'm just going to do a little slip knot, and what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to start off at the opposite ends of the tail. So I'm going to I had my slip knot made. I'm going to put my hook into the first one, put my slip knot on the back, my stitch on the back, make sure you have the tail out of the way, and then I'm just going to bring it through if I can, and I'm going to do 2 chain. Now this is all the way across. You're going to do a half treble, or a half treble in an English term, or if you're watching from the States it would be a half double. So yarn over into your stitch, the same stitch that you just did the 2 chain. As you can see, I put my yarn with the top of my stitch when I go through. You can see the yarn is there. I actually work it in as I'm working. I work around it. So bring your hook through, yarn over, and you bring it through all 3 loops. So you can see I have the yarn here behind it. I'm going to go in through the hole there, the gap. So I'm going to do 2 half trebles, or American terms, 2 half doubles, into each stitch all the way across. Oh, did I do 2 there? Yeah, I was going to do 3 in that one. So that's what I'm going. Hi, so I'm back now and I'm on my very last one. So you're doing your last half treble into your last, on the very last round, do your 2 chain, and you're going to cut your yarn again. You're going to pull it through with your hook, grab it with your nail and pull it down. So now you can see it's starting to twist. and you have both sides are the right side. Both sides are the right side. This is the way I like it. A lot of others will show you you're going back and forward, so you've got right side, wrong side, right side. So the third colour I'm going to use is the red, if I can actually find the start of it. Oh wow, it's all caught here. I'll just take it from this side. Open it up. So what you're going to do with your red now is you're going to go back to the start here. You're going to insert your hook into the first one. So I'm going to insert it into here. Okay, I'll do my little slip knot. Pull that through. Then I will put the slip knot on the back of your work. I always try and hold the knot and the piece of yarn here. It stops it from sliding around on you. So you're going to bring your hook through. This time you're going to do 3 chain up. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to do a treble into the same stitch. So it's yarn over into your stitch. As you can see, I'm holding my yarn at the back and I'm going to work it through. I'm going to work around my yarn, should I say. Then bring it through, yarn over, bring it through 2 stitches, the first one, second one, yarn over and bring it through the 2. Okay, so you're going to do 2 trebles, UK terms, into each stitch. But if you are watching from the States or anywhere else that uses the US terms, you're going to do 2 doubles into each stitch. So working around my yarn as well. So this is my trebles. So you're going to do 2 into each stitch all the way down to the very end. Whoops. Now the only thing sometimes with your cotton is it can split. So just be careful, because you don't want to have too many splits in it, because it actually just pulls on you then. So I will finish off here and I'll come back when I'm at the very end and we'll go to the next stage. Hi, now I'm back down at the last stitch. So I have done my 2 trebles, as you can see, into each stitch all the way along. So I'm just finishing off the last 2 here. Now this part is a little bit, I'm going to do a different border on this one. So we're going to finish here, 2 chain as usual. Get my scissors, my wool's all cut, my yarn's all cut here. Cut, I did my 2 chain, pull it through, tie it down with your nail. Now you can see the way it is at the moment, it's all twisted. So when you're folding it, when you're wrapping it around, you're going to do it from the bottom. See all the threads at the bottom, from the bottom upwards, just so you can actually see what it's going to look like. Just flatten it out as you're going around to turn it. Now I've used 2 different types of cotton. This one is Patons, that's hobby. This is Patons, and the white is Patons. It doesn't matter once they are obviously a double knit. If you're doing it with a 4-ply, just use all 4 plies. If you're doing double knits, just use all double knits. So you just continue rolling around. Now these, don't worry about these. You're going to have to use your darning needle at the end just to sew them in. So that's basically, you can straighten it out there afterwards. That's basically what it's going to turn out like. Now I want to I'm going to do a crab stitch on the edges of it. So for the crab stitch, because you work backwards, I'm going to go from the end here. So I'll just put the red away there for a second. And I will find the start of the white. This is the colour I'm going to use for around the edges. So for this piece here, we're starting at the back, at the end of it, because with the crab stitch, you work this way as opposed to working. You work clockwise as opposed to working anti-clockwise. So you do your slip knot like normal. You're going to insert your hook into your very last stitch that you just did. You'll put your slip knot behind it. You are going to bring your yarn through. You'll do 1 double crochet, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go into the next one. So you literally turn your hook. I'll show you here now. Turn your hook and into the gap. You're going to go in. You're going to grab your yarn. You're going to bring it through. Now this bit here, some people find it a little bit tricky, and because the wool is obviously warm. So what you do is you bring it up in line, and then you do your double crochet. All right. So you go back in through your stitch. A little bit of fluff. Grab your yarn. Bring it up, and then do your double crochet. So you're working backwards all the way across till you get to the very end. So if you hold it out, you'll see where the stitch is. So insert your hook into the stitch, grab your wool, bring it back, bring it up a bit, and then do your double crochet. So hold out your work if you can't see it, put your hook in, grab your wool, your yarn, bring it up, and then double crochet. So in, grab your yarn, bring it up, and then do your double crochet. Try and not hold your yarn too tight. If you hold your yarn too tight, it'll actually pull your crab stitch, and it'll pull it in here, and you don't want it. It's supposed to fan out. So hook in, grab your yarn at the back, bring it through so you have 2 on it, pull it up a little bit, and then do your double crochet. So into your stitch, grab your yarn, bring it back through, pull it up a little bit, and then do your double crochet. So into your stitch, grab your yarn, bring it back through the stitch. You have 2 on your hook, yarn over, and bring it through. And you continue that all the way down to the very last stitch. And I'll meet you. I'm just nearing the end of the crab stitch. It's actually quite a slow process, so don't think you have to rush. But yeah, no, it just take your time with it, because it is a beautiful stitch, and if you can get the hang of it, it's gorgeous for doing borders or edgings on other projects that you might be doing. Okay, oh crap, got that wrong. So we're going to go in here, bring it into the last one. Sorry about this. Into the last one. Okay, so from here, because this is the last one, we're not going to do the 2 chain and tie off. What we're going to do is 25 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And then what we're going to do is come back down to where we were. We're going to go back into the same, stitch. See here? We're just going to do a slip stitch. We're going to do 2 chain, 1, 2, get our scissors, cut, and pull through. Tighten it with your nail. Now this piece here is actually for hanging up your spinner, your wind spinner. Now, as you can see here, I have a piece of yarn here. Afterwards, you're going to sew in all your pieces of yarn that are sticking out. So normally I had crocheted that through at the same time So it's coming out here, so I would go back under with my needle through my stitches, making sure that it's not coming out on the far side, and I just put my yarn through, and then I'd pull it through here. Okay, and then just trim off your piece. So all your pieces of yarn that you have that are like that, you can do that with. I'll sew in the rest of these afterwards. Now it looks a little bit messy at the moment because obviously the way I had to unravel it for the spin. So now what I'm going to show you how to do is your little tassel. So it'll look like this. You'll have a little tassel at the end. So I'm going to just fold this up here for a minute, just so you can have a quick look at the edging on it, which is lovely. Now, if you don't want to do the crab stitch of an edge on yours, you can always do the slip stitch into your work. I have one here that has a slip stitch on it, and there you can see the slip stitch. So you'd start at this end, where with the crab stitch you start at the bottom. If you're going to just do the slip stitch, you start on this end. So you do your insert your hook, slip knot, do your 25 chain, come back down, and then you go in through. You would go in through each stitch this way, grab your wool, bring it up, and then go into the next one, and you do that all the way down, and that gives it this effect. If you thought the crab stitch was too difficult to do, but it's nice to actually master something different, so you can see what it's going to look like. Now I'm going to show you how to do the tassel. Now I use my phone case because I find it is perfect size for these tassels. So I'll get my phone case, hold my piece of yarn a little bit lower because you're going to be cutting in the middle here, and I wrap it around 25 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, now you're going to leave it a little bit longer here. Sorry, you're going to leave it a little bit longer here. Okay, just leave that down for a minute. Then you're going to get a piece of yarn, probably a little bit longer than the length of your arm, and then cut. You're going to pull out your yarn that you have around your phone case. Now make sure that your two pieces, see the way you have your two other pieces here, make sure they're on the bottom because that is the side that you're going to cut. Okay, so you're going to get your long piece of yarn. There's your two pieces. See these at the side? So make sure that they're on the bottom because that's the piece that you're going to be cutting afterwards, okay? So I want you to get your other piece of yarn. Don't quite fold it in half. Don't quite fold it in half. And you're just going to tie a knot, a double knot in the bottom of it here. Okay, in the very top. So double knot it. Okay. Now with the longer piece that you have, you're going to bring it down slightly. So say half your thumb. Hold it there and wrap it around 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now with your darning needle, you're going to insert your wool into that, your yarn into that. You're going to go underneath your work. You're going to bring it back down, go up through it again. Then you're going to come through the little knot that you made at the top, if you can find it. Here it is here. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah. Bring it through there. And then you can bring it back down into the middle. So you'll have another longer piece as well. Okay. So now normally what I would do, and I don't have it here at the moment, I would have sellotape. So what I would do is I'd get a piece of sellotape about this length. I'd stick it onto my trousers or something just to take the very sticky bit off. And I would pull the tassel straight. I would wrap the sellotape or the scotch tape, whatever you call it, around the edge. And what I would do then is I would cut across on the sellotape. It's much easier to cut, but because I don't have the sellotape or the scotch tape here with me today, I am just going to put my scissors in, hold it, pull it at the bottom and just cut. All right, now afterwards you're going to have to obviously straighten out the bits at the very end. You'll just have to cut off the end. So then we get our 3 beads that we have here. I'm going to get my darning needle. I always fold my yarn over in half because it's easier to actually get it in through the darning needle. Okay, so with this I have, just check your beads to make sure that which side is the nicest. Okay, we put that down first. I decided to go for 2-tone here because the other red bead that I thought I had was actually orange. So I'm going to do these. I'm going to put 3 beads on. And yeah, there you go. The 3 of them are on there. So you're going to get your wind spinner. Now in the very end here, you're going to insert your hook or your needle into this. And you're going to go round it a few times. Okay, so just pull it to make sure the beads are up. And this will also take all your strings out of the way. This will also you'll have a little bit more white at the very end of your project, so don't be worried about that. Okay, so you have it like that. Now what I do is I go round the top of the beads here. Don't know whether you can see that, to make them a little bit stronger, tighter. Back in here a few times, through this, and if I can, I will put it back down through the beads, pull out this piece, bring it through your knot at the end that you have here that you just did earlier on, and then back in through. Now you're going to obviously trim all these bits off, but that would be the long one that you just put through there. So basically that is how you do your wind spinner. Now obviously you're going to have to sew in all your ends, but that's what it's going to look like when it's finished. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I shall see you again. Take care. Bye.